Well, things are hotting up with Milo I. This is Richard Bowditch. He's a mate of mine, and he's an old, well, he's a mechanic. He's not old, but he's worked on Subarus, specialises in electrics, welded in rally cages for, you know, international spec rally cars, all sorts of really high-end stuff. And of course I got my nephew Lockie here too, and the Blue Dog, we're all here. Lockie's working on pulling the old body to bits. Richard's come in to have he's going to be wiring Milo II. Well, we're going to sort of do it together, you know, which means I'll do what I think's right and he'll do the good stuff. There's a whole lot of just trying to know this now. Do you know what I mean? Like Simon's here, he's got his 60 series, which has got a 12H2. There's a whole lot of stuff on this motor. Thanks, Blue Dog. There's a whole lot of stuff on this motor that I'm not really familiar with. I can look at that one, I can look at this one, I can talk to Richard and Simon and the Blue Dog, if I don't whack him, and we can work it all out, we can get it right. Let's get into it. Gee, it's nice to be playing with all new stuff, and that means fitting some new brass washers too to all the fuel lines. It's really just a question of working out what goes where, you know. It's been a fair while since it got pulled to bits, and a lot of this we didn't pull to bits, but you know, Richard's sort of pretty keen to get into that. I think he took one look at me and thought, nah. Oh, come on, mate. I could do that too, you know. This is an almost new radiator out of the red tray. Unfortunately, the outlets are on the wrong side, but I need the frame. So, I don't know what happened to the original frame. It's hard to find one of these that isn't rusted out, so this one's going to come off and go on there. One of the things I've learnt from years of mucking around with 40s is that it's essential that the frame is free to move a little bit. If it's not, the vibration will just rip the radiator to bits. This 5-speed and transfer Toyota had a servo mechanism to engage low range. So what we've done is we've taken it back to the early fully manual, because I'm a fully manual sort of guy. Terrain Tamer had all the bits for that. So there you have it. No oil in the box yet, but we were a little ways off going for a drive. Not too much, could be a fruit box here we could chuck on. Whoa, looks like Richard's found one of my favourite products. Yep, that's Penrite's copper grease. It is awesome stuff. You put a little bit on anything that you know eventually you want to come off fairly easily. It kind of stops things from rusting. It really does. And, you know, on a 4-wheel drive, it's always possible to rust the pulleys up, isn't it? That is straight out of a bag, a Terrain Tamer belt kit for a 12HT. How good's that? Meanwhile, not so good. I'm up the back measuring drive shafts. You've got to get your drive shafts, you know, within about 1/4 of an inch, really, and then you've got to allow for a little bit of slippage and eventual lift in the suspension, and none of it was happening for me, even with 4 drive shafts to play with. Next big disappointment is when I went to line up the pipes that we had to let oil in and out of the turbo and water. Nothing seemed to line up, so I looked at Simon's 12HT just to get a few ideas, and then I thought I'll just sort of piece it together, dummy version, see if I can work it out. But you know what? It's going to take a bit of fabricating or a bit of looking. Whoa, okay, well we've got to pull up now. Mostly because, for the time being anyway, we've run out of things to do. Richie got the pulleys all together, all the fuel lines are all happening. There's a whole lot of stuff bolted on. You probably noticed the absence of a turbo here. That's because we haven't got the right water cooling and lubrication lines for it. So you're going to have to do a bit of fabricating there. A few other things need making. There's progress made though. We got 4 drive shafts, none of them fit, and we got a radiator shell with no support bracket. So at least we know what we have to line up before next week. Thanks guys.
Nice one.
Thanks for your help. Come on, I'll shout you a beer.
Yes. Cool.